if you purely see from the technical angle, a cinematographer should not have a brand for himself, basically. Because if X, Y, Z, he branded himself in particular style of work, even before his title comes in the thing, they can say, hey, this guy shot it. See, that is not a good photography at all. Good photography is something where you don't identify the photography at all, because it has to woven around the subject and how well it conveys the subject. That's what matters. And what we're talking about is a purely art form of film. If you make film a star, like, sorry to say, it's like not to criticize anybody. If you take the subject, if one subject is very similar to the other, if a hero is introduced, it's the same. You put a thunder, you put a lightning, you put a heavy music, you put a wind, and you put all the thing, and the same thing is created everywhere. Let it be the top hero, let it be the newcomer. So if that kind of a thing, if that's what is demanded from you, you can't be unique in any way. Whatever the thing you would say, ultimately what you're conveying is that. So it's the subject what matters here. If there is a unique subject, this subject is different than the other rest of the thing, there's a scope for you. Scope is open for you, where you can, you can bring out your talent to show the mood which is needed for the film, which is get noticed, which cannot be get branded. Basically, you be in touch with the latest technology. That one of the thing, like you are, going through the internet. There are a lot of cinematographic magazines out there. You read it. That one way of gaining knowledge. There's another way is like you be in a good circle of very well-read people and things like that, where your knowledge tend to go by itself. Another way is you think and spend time to yourself. Think about, this is what I did, this is what I can do. Think about what you can do, how you can improvise the thing. It's like doing sort of R&D kind of a thing. That's where it will bring out some thought in you, which you can put to use in any film or anything. Like, see, the bottom line of this industry is you talk what other like, basically. So that's what we call it PR. And apart from that, when people become close to you, then like you discuss about so many aspects of filmmaking, discuss about a foreign film, what their views, what did they like observed in that, and what you felt about the film. See, that's how knowledge has been exchanged. And then you discuss about some subject, where if your input is needed, you suggest, like, and then if you read some good book, like you interact with the book. That's a way, like, you. So when you start like that, then they understand you, like how sensitive you are, how knowledgeable you are, how observing you are. So that do matters when they do think, I think this guy may be, suit our film, like this kind of thing, because that's the way the whole thing goes. I've done around 9 films so far. My first break came because I know the producer. I knew the producer. He made a film with Vijay. We used to be friends before. Not that like I had big talent and like he saw my work, thing like that. Because he knows that I worked under a very big cameraman, and he used to, we used to talk. He used to be a distributor also. We used to interact a little bit on the films. What I'm talking about, my Chennai days there. So that's how the first film fell through. My first film actually came. I started my career with Mr. Junior NTR. Unfortunately, that film was shelved. It didn't go through at all totally. They didn't name it, title it. It was directed by a friend of mine from Chennai. It was almost 90% completed, and like probably they didn't like the subject or whatever. It was shelved, and then Simadri was made. So at that time only, like this gentleman came up with a project of a Tamil film with Vijay, and the director is new. I didn't know the director. I was here, but they wanted Amisha Patel to do the lead role in the film. So this director KP Jagan, he is not very well versed in English. So there's somebody has to be there to go and convince the girl to tell the story and things like that. So So like he came here and we both traveled to Bombay and he was narrating the script to me in the flight. Once we got on, then he said that he would narrate the subject, then I gave the narration. She impressed immediately, she gave the thing. That narration impressed this director, this guy, because he already always wanted to work with his friend. Then he told me that we are going to work together because like within just one narration I gave, there's so much you got involved in the film. I think you'll do a better job than my friend. That's how I got my opportunity of my first film. So film, I did 2 English films for Ramoji Film City. Then I did a film called with Mr. Shekhar Suri, called a film by Arvind. Because that gave me the very good name. Afterwards, I did another film called Kokila in Telugu. Then the last year I did a film with a friend of mine called Ekala Veedu. Then I did one Pakistani film in Bombay. Yeah. Then another film, this Patmale people, they remade this Swayamvaram in Hindi. Of course, my senior started it, but the entire film was shot by me, called Kya Dil Ne Kaha. And Ram Gopal Verma's Ramuji's next film, he promised me that we'll be working together. Not after Ratacharitra started already, immediately next to that, next one. Yeah, there are ups and downs in life always, definitely. You see, more satisfying is comes from not the number of films what you do. The quality of film what you do, it was like, that more important, that gives you satisfaction. So many film videos, still people they talk about film by Arvind because see, as you were talking earlier, question, this is the right answer. How a cinematographer brand themselves. Like a film by Arvind, of course, probably you might have seen it. It's a very unique story where there's no songs, there's no comedy or anything. It's a purely psycho thriller. So when you approach that film, it's approach towards every film as cinematographer. How is going to give the input from that? So this film is only about 3 characters. The whole thing happens in the forest and things like that. The sort of lighting style what I had, the sort of lighting scheme what I worked out for the film, how the night should look, the particular film, the particular character in that film. That's what creates a niche for yourself in the thing. That's what you get registered rather than the brand. Brand is not the right. It's approach towards every film, and every film should look unique from another. If anybody sees film by Arvind is night effect, because that's entirely night shot, and the same night effect Ekala video you see, it will look totally different. If you don't put the title, you cannot make out the same guy shot it, because that mood is not needed for this film. This character, this subject demands something else. So that's how you make a place for yourself, depending on the range of visual thing what you can create. Like when you talk about an actor, the number of character of how you perform, the similar way.